The third article to the People's Bill of Rights. No soldier shall in time of peace be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. And that would be a part of a declaration, I suppose, from Congress with war. You know, this always seems to be the oddball in our Bill of Rights, because it does talk about, you know, kind of a joinder where the government's, you know, a soldier. But who would the soldiers really be? It would be we the people. It was supposed to be the militias. There were supposed to be no standing armies, let alone the standing army of the illegal, unconstitutional, unauthorized police state across this country, nor the standing army of the Army, Air Force, and Marines that was not supposed to exist. But, you know, we look for a violation of this or an infringement upon this right, and of course we can find one just within the last year. Where 5,000 police officers stayed in Cleveland during the Republican National Convention last summer. This is from June 2016. More than 5,000 police officers are working in Cleveland this week, a figure that is more than 4 times the number of officers in the Cleveland Police Department. With thousands of officers in town from divisions around the state and the nation, and with thousands, by the way, that cannot exist. These police departments across the country were never authorized, constables and sheriffs, within the common law. But they do exist. It's been through acts of treason. They call them acts of Congress. They're acts of treason. And we talked yesterday about the writs, you know, that would be issued by the people to order that this bullshit stop. I guess is the simplest way to put it. The first infringement occurred when Congress first declared a power that was unconstitutional or a violation of the People's Bill of Rights. That writ should have been issued, and the people should have took it to the wall. Now we're sitting in hell, waiting for the other shoe to fall, and we have only ourselves to thank for it, for allowing ourselves to be taken over by ignorance and cowardice. Anyway, we got all these officers in Cleveland Police Department, Cleveland, with thousands of officers in town from divisions around the state and the nation, crossing. No jurisdictional lines exist anymore. And with hotel space at a premium, the city has turned to its college campus to house the police, which are a standing army. A violation of the contract. Never was there supposed to be a police state in the United States. To the margin of some faculty staff and students temporarily displaced as a result. Case Western Reserve University is putting up approximately 1,700 police officers and 200 members of the Ohio National Guard this week. And when we go back and we talk about, what this really meant and why the third article was in there and why it would seem out of place, no soldier. But who were the soldiers supposed to be on the continental United States? Supposed to be us. So it is talking about us in time of war. And it would be something that would be prescribed within the common law, not government. Not government. This is talking about the common law. It says, no soldier shall in time of peace be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. And that would have to be... It would have to meet the requirements of common law. It would have to be and allow a due process to see that they're not just calling themselves soldiers and saying they have a need to take, and they're just taking with impunity and no recourse for the person who's having it taken from them, I guess would be the way to put it. And I look at the Article 3 and I think about asset forfeiture, which it violates a whole lot of the Bill of Rights and of the common law. But what you're talking about is, you're supposed to be secure in your person, and they're talking about quartering in your house. But hell, what's the difference if they come to your house and there's no drug charge? There's never was a charge. Maybe they come and take your car and they, take everything in your house, all your property. And then, nothing's ever, no charge has ever been taken. So it's being taken directly for their use. And they'll tell you it's part of our budget now. We have to steal from you to make our budget. That's how much we've stolen already. I mean, my God, people, you think of we've talked about it like the roads should be paved with silver, as much money as they take to supposedly take care of our roads. And again, here, what are we paying for? We're paying for pensions for a private corporation that cannot even exist, which is a running violation of our rights because they have no authority over us, and that's exactly what their proposed purpose is, to police us. Cleveland State University is hosting about 500 police officers this week, along with about 100 other personnel, including GOP delegates and interns. This is the government just coming right in and taking over, people. Now, in them colleges, they can't seem to, allow free speech these days. But hey, man, if the elite, if the aristocracy comes to town, all the gloves are off, and you have no Bill of Rights, and that's pretty much what about all you can get out of the third article today.